Hi guys, welcome back. And as you can see, I have someone new with me. Not new to y'all because she's a superstar, but Verity has been so nice to join our channel today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yep.
I'm excited to beat Nate.
Yes, so what we're gonna show today is an absolute smackdown on me on the pattern that she is currently leading, the LBC pattern. We'll be bowling one game. I will just take the one game beating. We'll see who wins, probably her, but we're gonna talk through, Verity's experience on tour, maybe some college days, bring up some memories and stuff like that, and things that maybe can help you guys in your game.
If you didn't know, Nate and I bowled together in college at Weber International.
Yep.
We bowled on the same team for 3 years before I graduated.
Yep, that was good times. We both came out with national championships. I think, we left our staple at this program, so we're gonna hit the lanes and see what we could do.
See you soon. So when I was in Milwaukee, I used a IQ Ruby, the red one, and I used an Absolute. And those were the only 2 balls that I used. I tried a couple of other balls in fill shots, but that's what I stuck with, and I shot 15.22 for 6.
Averaging 278. Just kidding.
Like 250. So they actually didn't hook as much in Milwaukee as I thought they were going to. We actually bowled there a lot in college. So I bowled 3 collegiate tournaments there, and then I coached there when I was coaching collegiately. And historically, that bowling center hooks a ridiculous amount. So I went there with the premise that I'm bowling on something easy, and that bowling center hooks a lot. I'm going to take balls that combat that. But they didn't actually hook as much as I expected them to. I'm going to expect you to shoot about 1550 after this game.
1550? I thought you were going to say 1521, so I was 1 pin behind you.
No, I'll let you beat me. If you were in the women's division, I'd have been saying 1521.
I'm sure you wouldn't wish me any good luck. See, the bad bowlers need 1 extra shot, okay?
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Nate, too good.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. You made me good.
Sure.
Yes. If you ever want to cry to somebody, he's the guy. Because he'll listen.
I'm short enough that you can put your head on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, very easy.
So, lady's choice. You could either have me start or you start.
You can start.
Okay. I will be the victim. We'll try to keep up, like I said. Oh, so sorry.
Good luck and good
Oh, well,
bowling.
thank you. Thank you. Gosh, I'm so nervous.
Nate is throwing a phase 2, and I'm going to throw the IQ Ruby. That way I can compare how it looks now to how it looked at the event.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to do that this early.
It's frame 1, and he's already walking it out like he just won the title.
Yes.
And that would be big forward anywhere
else,
but
yeah.
Kegel Training Center.
I do remember that we're at Kegel, and this makes me look better than I should be.
And yet mine splits.
Okay, so now I feel really bad that I just walked out frame 1. Go.
Gotta hit 1 to get 2. That's also not a strike.
That's
anywhere
more like
at
it.
Kegel.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that was in.
Oof.
He is nervous.
I am. I gotta get the jitters
the
out.
coach didn't
I know.
like
I gotta get the thing going. See, I'm getting coaching lessons during my match. That just tells you how not sharp I am right now.
That was nearly a strike.
There's no way that I could have gotten that 2 times in a row.
Off the 4-9.
Good spare. Okay. Obviously, you bowled the LBC already. Did you practice on it before you went out?
No.
No, so you
I
haven't
actually didn't even consider practicing on it for some reason.
Okay, well, that just tells you how good she is. But no, so on a serious note, you are bowling it here, you bowled it out there. Do you see any comparisons? Is it drastically different for the people that are at home if they choose to practice on it? Like, what should they expect if they're going to practice at home versus out there?
So it's still going to be very relative to the bowling centre you practice at, because of lane surface, topography, all of that's going to come into a play. So however it plays here doesn't mean it's going to play
For sure.
like this at somebody else's home centre. But for me here, compared to LBC, they don't hook as much here. So like that shot right there, I got a little bit fast, but it would have turned over
Right.
at the LBC. So
Yeah.
I'm actually starting a little bit further right than I was at the LBC. I'm still in the same bowling ball because I
sure.
do want to be able to compare and give that example, but they don't hook quite as much. And
Okay.
to me, that's the lane surface. It's
Absolutely.
HPL there, and it hooks a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean,
Trying to say is you would have gone fourth in the middle with her shot.
yeah, I probably would have went like Runaway Brooklyn or taking the 7 off clean on my 2 amazing shots so far. All right, so let's actually try to throw a good one because I am supposed to be a professional bowler. There we go.
The backswing to throw him off.
Oh, you didn't have to cough. I was just focused on what you were saying.
Mental game is important, people.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can put on a show and actually make this. I've been practicing spares today, so. There we go.
Okay.
I am the cameraman and the opponent.
So we might not get a shot.
Verity's making a comment.
Come on, it's supposed to get out.
Not supposed to be able to do that at Kegel, Ruben.
WIU spare.
Those were the days. Last one was a little fast. Gonna stay in the same spot.
Very nice. Nice adjustment. There we go. Yes, we do, Verity. We do have a
We
match.
have a match.
I finally doubled, and I am ahead by 3 pins. So I think it's a lot closer than the camera has shown with my 6 spare and missing the head pin and all that good stuff.
And I split.
And you split.
One left off a flat 10. I'm gonna get around it a bit more.
It's pretty decent. Yeah, it's pretty decent.
That was
It's-
one left, and get around it more off the last shot on that lane.
All right. Still carries. Showing me up. I can't cover that many
Gotta
words.
put some pressure on you.
It was decent. Decent, even though I bounced it. We're
Yeah, I
good.
wasn't sure with that double bounce.
Yeah, I didn't either.
What's your adjustment?
Little half. Still get it there. When you just hit it hard, it doesn't matter where you throw it. You know, recently you just won your 2nd title, right? How was that? Take us through that experience, because I know you won 2 years prior.
Yeah, 2021.
Roughly. Yep. So it took you 2 years to finally get over that hump again. I know you made several TV shows. You finally got back into the moment where you could win again. Take us through that. How was that for you?
It was very cool. It's hard to, a lot of people have asked me to compare the first one to the second one, but I feel like they don't compare, because the first one is, you know, I went on tour in 2017, so I had a decent amount of time and a lot of TV shows and a lot of second place finishes before that win. So that first win was so monumental in the fact that I finally believed that I could win, right?
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
got that first one.
Yep.
And then the second one for me, it was, I had bowled really bad at the beginning of the season, right? I had 3 events, and Queens was the event prior to the one I won, and I didn't even make the cut. And for me, like, I have a perception that at Queens, it's 64 players. So
Right.
I like to think if I can make a cut at a regular event, well,
Right.
100% I should be making it
Absolutely.
at Queens. And the last 2 years at Queens, I made the TV show and I finished 6th the last 2 years. So I had quite, I guess, high expectations on
For sure.
myself. Queens was really, really bad, didn't make the cut. And then I came back to win that next event. So I feel like they were 2 completely different experiences, but that's what made that second one so special, was I felt like I was in such a bad place beforehand.
Yeah.
To then be able to fight through that and show that it doesn't really matter. You're gonna lose a lot and you're
Exactly.
gonna miss cuts,
Yep.
but there's always that opportunity to be able to come back stronger.
Right. It's how you rebound off of those low moments that really define the player that you are.
For sure, because I could have bowled Queens and given up and been like, oh my God, this is my worst season ever, I suck. And the rest of the season would have been bad. But it's about changing that story so that it wasn't bad.
Right. And was there any additional preparation, or was there anything that you did differently since you were coming off of bad tournaments for your standards? Did you do anything to, propel yourself to go forward? Did you change anything, or did you just stick to the game plan?
So I always analyse my performance after I bowl. I always look at what I did well and what I could improve upon. And from those first 3 events, I realised that I'd been way too analytical. I had way too much thinking going on. My decisions weren't very clear, and that stopped me from seeing the lanes in a clear way.
Okay.
And I would maybe see the picture of what to do, but I'm like, do I throw it faster? Do I get around it? Do I do this? Do I do this? And coming into that event in Michigan, I'd just been home to see my family. I was able to work with my coach in England, and I felt like I completely simplified everything. Right? To the extent
Right.
where, like, I'm at the event, my friend was there, and I would like say to her, do I do this? Do I do this? And
Right.
she's like, Verity, what does your gut say?
Right.
And just having her give me that reminder also made such a difference. And it was just keeping things simple. I practice a lot at Kegel, and I practice a lot with John Janowitz,
Yep.
and we get very technical, right?
sure.
We work a lot on seeing the ball motion. Is the ball too early? Why is it too early? What's going on? What do you need to do with surface?
Correct.
There's so much RG diffs, and I think those first 3 events I was so stuck in a technical element to where I wasn't really even seeing if I was flat tenning because the ball was too early. I was
Right.
so stuck in, I don't even know how to
Yeah,
explain
just
it,
in
because
another
it was
space.
another space that I don't want to go back to.
Right, no, absolutely. And not to, confuse any of the viewers watching, it's okay to know RG's diffs, why the ball's doing certain things on the lane, because that's how you can make your adjustments faster. But in the heat of the moment, it's really just, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's just gut instinct, just paying attention to ball motion and just knowing your progressions from there.
Yeah, 100%. I think that you have to learn that information
Correct.
in order to give you the knowledge, because in the end, bowling is an educated guess. But if you don't have the education behind the guess,
Right.
well, that makes it very hard to trust your gut.
Exactly.
So it's all about finding that time in the off season or in
Correct.
practice to then be able to help yourself make the better judgment calls and the better guesses in the moment.
For sure. Awesome.
It's supposed to have been iced, right?
Right.
You bowled the Peterson, and they did that where you bowl 4 games and then they give you a break, and it's supposed to like make you feel cold and not be able to bowl. But I didn't understand it. I was just like, we didn't get any practice to begin with.
Yeah.
So what's the matter? And everyone's like, because you've bowled 4 games, you feel good, and then you have to stop. And I
Yeah.
was like, it was great. I can go to the bathroom.
Right, take a break, get a drink, go to the bathroom, whatever you need. Doesn't seem too bad. What break?
What break?
What
I
break?
would say, as a recommendation for people, if you work out and you give yourself the best chance to be strong and physically feel good, then those breaks mean nothing,
Yep,
right? Because your
absolutely.
body is ready for it. You can get up and you can go full speed on the first shot if
Yep.
your body allows you to do that. So go work out.
Yeah, absolutely. So the ball game is still close. Verity strikes out. She forces me to strike out and get 8 for the win. But no pressure though. Oh, that was way better than a wrap 10.
I agree.
Mixes them up for a 225. All
How you
this
feeling?
This is the moments we live for, right here. I mean, Yeah, we'll just focus on the moment.
Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. That was good. Oh, stand up and fight it.
You know what? I deserve that one because I tripped the big four the first shot. So.
Nate needs 7 to win and 6 to tie.
We got it done. Team Verity the whole entire way, I understand.
3 pins.
I am.
He beat me by 3 pins.
Yeah, and I was sweating the entire time. I'm sorry that I took down Verity in this challenge. I know you all wanted to see her win. I'm sorry, I apologize, but still give the video a thumbs up. Verity, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and bowl, do something fun. And you know, if there's any other tips that you can give to beginner bowlers, regular bowlers, elite bowlers, what would your number 1 tip be?
Learn to love the fundamentals.
Absolutely.
And that starts with drills.
Yep. I know a lot of people that don't like to do drills, but it is the foundation for the game. It teaches us to do a bunch of different things to where if we put in the time and effort into them, those big things that we think of that are a big deal, they turn into a lot easier things to do throughout our practice. So
Yeah, I think it's just really important to understand the purpose of them, because if your coach tells you, hey, go do drills, it's really boring.
Right.
But if you understand why you're doing them and how it can benefit your game, then I actually think they become enjoyable, because then the process pays off.
right, giving them an explanation as to why, not just say, hey, go do 100 foul line drills, be like, oh, well, for what? Be like, well, you can work on this, this, and this while you do them. So education is important. Doing the stuff that you don't necessarily like to do is also important. So thank you again for stopping in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the match that we had. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing. If you live under a rock, check her out on all her social medias. Give her a follow, a like, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.